Thomas, and I'm here with my good friend and colleague, Sissy Goff. We are both counselors at an amazing place in Nashville called Daystar Counseling Ministries, where we have been practicing for a combined 50 years. We started when we were 6 years old. We work with children, adolescents, and their families. And we do the work in a different way. We're in a house rather than an office building, and we work with some great humans, but the most sought-after therapists in our practice are actually 6 therapy dogs on staff. And we're in a house, and we use the dogs because we want the experience to be as comfortable as possible. If you've ever gone to counseling yourself, if you've ever taken the kids you love to counseling, you know it can be an overwhelming experience. So we do as much as we can to try to disarm them, make them feel safe and at home. And one of our favorite things is to bring all of what we're learning in our offices to conversation with you. And we're excited to get to do that in some time with you now. And tell them what we're going to talk about.
We are going to talk a little bit about intentional parenting. And David mentioned we have individual counseling. We also have group counseling. And then we both do often these things called parent consults. So it would be a little bit like a well visit with your pediatrician, where you are going in to say, is this normal? Is there anything else we need to be doing differently? And I had 2 conversations with parents pretty close together that were fascinating. And I think a good picture of where it feels like a lot of us are today. So one was with a mom of 3 girls ranging from 5 to 15. So she had a lot of drama going on in her house, bless her heart. And she sat down, and when she sat down, you could tell she looked pretty bedraggled, exhausted. And she sat for a minute and took a few deep breaths, and she said, "Sissy, I never knew how hard this thing was going to be." And then she stopped for a minute and she said, "I think it's why my parents never really did it." And there are some of you sitting there that's your experience. Your parents raised you, but the way that they did is so entirely different from how you would want to raise your kids. And it feels like there's no guidebook. Now, fast forward, I had another conversation with a mom and dad, and they had an 8-year-old little girl who was really angry. We're going to talk a lot about angry 8-year-olds, if any of you have them. And so this dad sat down and he said, "Okay, here's the deal. At this point, we have done every type of therapy that exists. We've done play therapy. We've done occupational therapy, remind me of some. We've done cognitive behavioral therapy. We've done art therapy." I mean, he named everything there is out there. And he said, "I recently have become convicted that I think we're outsourcing our parenting. And surely there are some things that we can do differently at home that can change the course of things for her." And we both love that so much, and it is a picture of exactly of what we're going to be talking about in these next few sessions together. So we're so grateful for you to join us and excited to lean in a little bit more on what intentional parenting really can look like.